let's get into the hyped moment of the night. Shaq, baby. I think that this segment produced an incredible meme going forward with Shaq's expression after getting a glass of water thrown in his face. One of the things that I found interesting on this SPD, and I'll let you jump in because I know you got a lot of thoughts, but one of the things I thought was really interesting was I was very curious about how I know that they were trying to get Shaq involved with Cody, and I was very curious how they were going to do that. I never thought that this would be the path they'd go down. And I think it's been beautiful. It's going through Cody's wife.
Yeah.
And I think that if any of us who are married know that, when you go after our wives, like we as men are going to stand up and fight back. So
right.
I think that unfortunately Shaq's going to end up getting pitted against Cody because of the actions of someone that not his own, right? Because we're going to have Brandi continue to get attacked like she did again tonight, right? I'll let you jump in, man. I really do feel like this storyline though is developing deeper and more intriguing aspects to it than I ever thought it was going to.
Yeah, I mean, it's just surprising to me how many different branches that Cody is involved right now. You're talking like this Sting, the Darby, Team Taz, Shaq, his wife, being the leader of the Nightmare family. So it's it was a shocking
when Brody
promo.
comes back, there's going to be stuff with that still.
Yeah. So it's great because I love seeing Cody on TV and he's awesome, both in the ring and on the mic. So I don't want him to fizzle out, but there's just so many, he's developing a lot of enemies quick. And so I did not expect where this was going to go with Shaq. I thought it was going to be kind of like an in-ring type of interview or something along those lines, not like a sit down with Brandi. And it kind of seemed predictable in a sense. It was simple but effective, and it's going to, there's a lot of open-ended questions, and where does Shaq go from there? It's going to lead to some stuff. So I have mixed feelings about it. It did its job. It's good to see Shaq, but I expected more fireworks. It would have been cooler for him to have like an entrance and come out and kind of just hype him up.
I think there's going to be a time and a place for that. I think this is a really nice way to, AEW is going to get a lot of criticism for having Shaq on their show, and they have. And I think that's going to happen anytime a company takes a risk and is doing something different to try to get eyes on the product.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that this was a nice, like, low key way of bringing him in. I think that this was like a natural way, rather than this be this big pomp and circumstance around Shaq. They had a sit down interview and they just kind of had Brandi talk it out. And we got to understand his motivations for being involved in AEW now.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel like it's a forced TNT decision. It feels like a character motivated decision, which is good. I think that was important. One of the other things I want to mention too is I think that Tony Schiavone actually was up for one of my performers of the night tonight. Just because, I mean,
he was involved everywhere.
What a week he's had.
Yes.
Being involved with Tony last night at Impact. And then, he was all over the show tonight. I got to give Tony some props. And this is going to be a reason why I think that this segment could have gone off the rails if it wasn't for Tony. He really kind of played off the characters a little bit. And I think that Tony really killed it tonight. His commentary, the whole commentary team, and this is something too, I think that it's awfully funny how the commentary team of AEW was a big topic of conversation like 5-6 months ago. And now no one's talking about it. And you want to know why? It's because they're polished and they're smooth and they felt it out and they're like, they actually had time to work together.
Right.
So you could tell these guys are pros. They just needed some time to fit into their roles. And now that Tony is comfortable and back on television again, I think that he's really starting to blossom and become one of the stars of commentary. I think that AEW's commentary is so good across the board. And I just want to take a break from reviewing Dynamite to complement AEW's commentary, whether it's Taz or I think Excalibur has gotten so much more natural in his role and more comfortable. We just talked, I think Tony Schiavone and JR are two legends in the business, and there's a reason why they're as respected as they are. I think Tony really especially has felt more comfortable in recent weeks than he ever has. I think getting involved in the Britt Baker segments, kind of
He's
getting him
great
to
with that.
right? Getting him to laugh at himself a little bit, loosen up a little bit. I think that he's really come into his own, and I just want to compliment AEW's commentary for that. I think, too often we only focus on the negative, and it's really easy for us to just crap all over something when it's struggling. And I think that it's important that we backtrack and we look back on those things that we had kind of given hot takes on and said how awful things were. And now we kind of eat some crow, guys, and recognize, these guys, just like an offensive lineman in football, they need time to gel together. They're a unit. They need to work off of each other. They're talking to each other nonstop for 2 hours while things happen in front of them. So I just wanted to give Tony some props. He was up there for my performer of the night tonight, and there's good reason. That's all I want.